Okay, so thanks for tuning in again. This video is the third that I'm making in a series of touring with the Brompton. So I've covered the bike itself, how I've got that set up for touring. That was the first video. The last video covered the bags that I use, and today I'm going to show you what's in the bags and set up camp. I'm in the garden, we're still in lockdown, so I can't actually do an actual camp, but we are getting very close now to the time when we can get out and about and do a camp. So I thought it's a great time just to check through my kit, set up camp in the garden, make sure I've got everything, and share that with you so you can see what I use. So the first thing I'm going to do is the rack pack, the saddle pack. Now that has basically got my bedroom in it, so they're the tent pegs. Inside is the tent, the sleeping bag, the sleeping mat, and also a small pillow that I use. So I'll get that unpacked and show you that as we go. Right, so here we go then. As I say, there's the tent poles, that's the first thing. Now this pack is not waterproof, so it comes with a fully waterproof inner. It's the Toe Peak seat pack, 15 litre. The inner as well has a valve for getting the air out, so you can pack it to its maximum. So if we just unpack that now, just to show you what's in there. That's the sleeping mat. It's a cheap one from Aldi, Trivet. I've had that over a year now, no problems, no leaks, it's been great. The sleeping bag, it's a lightweight 2-season one, Van Gogh Planet 50. So this is the sort of warm weather kit. I've also got a sleeping bag liner for that, which is in the front bag, but that's the sleeping bag, of course. There's the tent. That's a Ubber NX one-man tent. I'm going to put this up now and show you how that goes. And the last thing in there, one of the few luxuries I carry, is a small pillow from Decathlon. It's got a little bit of padding, but also it's designed just to put any spare clothes or whatever in there, just to give a little bit more. That's the tent. First job for me arriving at camp is always get the tent up. Right, so there we go, the tent's up. The next job is to get set up inside, get the sleeping mat up, the sleeping bag in to air, and get a bit of loft, and get the coffee on. So I'll show you that now. Right, so that's the bed ready. That's all good. Show you what's in the other bags. The tea bag. First of all, there's always another water bottle. That's in the pocket on the back there. Today I've got nothing in there. That's a good pocket that seals, and I would normally put things in there like the action cam if I'm not using it. And that's about it really. Action cam, anything that needs to be kept dry, snacks, easy to get at. It's a good little pocket for that. Rain jacket and a saddle cover. I have a saddle cover because I'm running the leather saddle. Obviously not something that's necessary for everybody. Just drops in the pocket at the side there. Leaves a pretty big pocket free at the front. That's normally got food in it. Food I'm using on the day, a bit of fruit, that sort of thing. Right, so inside, sleeping bag liner. Use a silk sleeping bag liner, obviously depending on the temperature and such, but it's good anyway because it keeps the bag clean. Don't need to wash the bag as often, you can just wash that, so that's always good. Little mat, don't always take that, but since it's here I'm going to sit on it now. Food, various bits of food in there, utensils for cooking, eating, and a few cleaning things, some wet wipes and a scourer and sponge. That's that one. Clothes in either this stuff sack or a dry bag. Normally carry one change of clothes plus possibly something to sleep in, and or something if the temperature is dropping at night. I might have the puffer jacket, I'll get there in the end, the down jacket in there. So that's the clothes. And the stove. And a little bag with toiletries and a first aid kit. Just some hand gel, first aid kit, some more wet wipes. I'm not a big believer in wet wipes normally, but when you're on the road they're just so convenient and handy to use. Try and get the decomposable ones whenever I can. But yeah, that's just a bag of that. And that's basically it. Now, the stove I'm using at the moment is the jet boil. If you're not familiar with it, I'll just quickly show you that. It's an all-in-one system. There's the gas cartridge. There's a small stand for stability. There's the burner itself, just screws onto there. Clip that into the stand, like so. Makes it nice and stable. The cover for the bottom of there acts as a cup. I'm going to do myself a coffee while I'm here. I just measure 1 cup of water into there. Add that to the cup. Knock him on. Pop the lid back on. That should be done in about 2 minutes. While that's running, I haven't got any coffee. I'm just going to nip in the house and get myself a little coffee. Right, so there we go. 1 instant coffee sachet. 3-in-1. Coffee, milk and sugar. This is brilliant, by the way. I haven't done a review on this as yet, but I will do soon. I've not covered the tent a lot because I have got a separate review on the tent on my videos. So if you're interested in the tent, knowing more about the tent, have a look at that. I will, before I finish the video, I will show you how I pack up for the night, where everything fits. So I'll show you that shortly. That's almost boiled. This bag I just use for electrics and my wallet usually, and also again it's another option for popping snacks in, the bag off the front. So my phone would normally go in there. Again, depends what cameras and such I'm using, might go in there, and any snacks, battery pack, always take a battery pack with me, so that would be in there. This is boiled.
Yeah, apologies for the fact that you can't see the stove. Obviously didn't realise that when I was filming, and hadn't had time to go back and redo it, so just wanted to get this out while I could.
So that literally took about 2 minutes, which is the beauty of this this system. That plus the fact that it all packs into one. That, if you're wondering, is just fits on the burner if you want to use it with a frying pan or a saucepan. Just folds out and fits on the burner. Great for a bit of bacon in the morning. Right, so what I'm going to do now just pop these bits and pieces back in the bag. That one goes in there as well, and leave in what's left of the water in there. Oh, that's just a small tent light. Hopefully you can see that. Not look very bright now, but it's enough inside the tent. There's a small hook on the top, on the roof of the tent, that just clips on there with a small clip there, and that's my tent light. And that really is all you need. If you're off, certainly for a few days, if you're doing a longer term camp, then I may take a little bit more in terms of, I'd probably have a change of shoes or maybe a pair of flip-flops. But really you don't need an awful lot more. Yeah, you just don't need it. So there we go. Cheers. I will show you just packing this back up. That's cooled down already. Just unscrew again. Fold the stand up. Drops in the bottom, followed by the gas canister. Sorry. In the bottom, followed by the burner. Then the gas canister. And the pan ring. That sits on the top to hold it all together, and then when I've drunk my coffee, goes back in there, and that's your stove and cooking system. Brilliant. Pop that back in there. So just as I'm folding the bike up, just a couple of other things to show you quickly. The toolkit is there. It's the Brompton toolkit. Again, if you want information on that, I have got a review video on that, and I have a spare tin in the tube and a couple of tie wraps in the other side there. So that's my toolkit and my inner tube. The water bottle on the bike. Couple of things about that. One, it's fitted on the monkey cage. Got a review of that. Haven't got a review of this. This is a water to go bottle. Basically it has a built-in filter. There's a filter built into the bottle, so I can drink from any river, stream, any tap anywhere, public toilets or whatever, and I have done, and not worry about the quality of the water. It's going to clean it for me and purify it. Not the downside to it is that you can't use it for your sort of cooking water or anything, but if you're boiling that water anyway, I'm not sure why you'd need to, but for drinking water this is great. It saved me a couple of times on hot days, run out of water, find a stream, a lake, whatever, you know you can drink out of it and not worry about it. So that's the second water bottle. The pump on mine as well, while we're here, because it's a titanium rear triangle, there's nowhere to put the pump. I have just got the Brompton pump on there at the moment, just because I've only been riding local. I do use a different pump with a tyre gauge when I'm touring, and that just fixes on the rack. I just use the bungee on the rack just to secure it underneath the rack. So that's the pump. So that's the equipment there. And the bike tucks in there. You can see that door closes no problem. There's also plenty of room for me to get in and out of the tent door there. That's not an issue. And so you can see there's a sleeping bag, the pillar at the end, and the tea bag goes there. So if I just get in, there we go. Now that's me totally laid out. I'm about 5'10", so there's plenty of room for me and the tea bag in the tent. The bike's in the porch or the vestibule there, and I've got my mat there for in the morning. So everything is nice and secured away with me, no problems, and I just can't wait to get in the big outdoors again. Now I hope you found this useful as the last of the 3 videos in this little series out of camp. Let me turn this camera around. Yeah, hope you found this useful. It's how I tour, what I tour with, and how I do it on the Brompton. Whether you call it touring or bike packing, I guess depends where I go, but it's a very lightweight setup that I use predominantly, as you can see. I'd love to know if any feedback on that. Share any thoughts on to doing things better. I'm always here to learn. Certainly don't know it all. I do know this works for me. You might also be interested. I've started a new Facebook page, Brompton Touring Group. So obviously if you're into touring with the Brompton, want to share anything on there, learn anything, lots of good inspirational photos and such been on there already, only been on a week. But yeah, that's the Brompton Touring Group on Facebook if you're into Facebook. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found some use from it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more, you want to support the channel, consider subscribing. And next time I hope to be using the tent out in the wilds. I've got a camp planned on the top of the Mendips, literally the top of the Mendip Hills, the highest point there. Hopefully soon. Lockdown is relaxing now, so I hope to be out very, very soon. Missing it so much. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.